Hi guys, thanks for joining us again on the channel. So, there's a reason I haven't talked about this one until now. It's not because I didn't want to talk about it, but because I needed to get it right. And now, the wait's over. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now, let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details. Starting things off, our first reviewer gives us their perspective.
This reviewer primarily purchased this electric scooter to help a family member with back trouble get around more easily at campgrounds, and it seemed like a perfect solution for that specific need. Upon its arrival, they noted it was packaged very well but was still easy to get out of the box. The first thing that stood out was its surprisingly robust and well-made frame, which accounts for its substantial weight. Our reviewer was pleased to see it wasn't made of flimsy sheet metal and pointed out that its weight comes from the solid construction, not the battery, which was a key reason for choosing this particular model over competitors that used heavier battery types. A significant point of concern arose during the initial charge, however. The manual explicitly warns against overcharging, which our reviewer found disappointing. They had expected a modern charging unit to be smart enough to automatically shut off once the battery is full, especially given the known safety risks associated with some lithium-ion batteries. Because of this client plans to never leave the unit charging unattended and will likely use an outlet timer to prevent any potential issues until they feel more confident in its safety. Despite this charging issue, the initial ride was a very positive experience. The scooter provided a stable, reasonably comfortable, and surprisingly quiet adventure. While it felt quite quick, top speed wasn't the main priority for its intended use. More importantly, the seat was found to be more than adequate for providing comfort. The brakes, though a little noisy, were noted as being very effective. Overall, while the charging situation requires some extra vigilance, the first impressions of this personal vehicle are very favorable.
Excellent. Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer finds their new electric scooter to be an absolute joy for getting around their multi-acre property. Initially purchased as a practical and fun alternative to using a noisy and inefficient riding mower for simple tasks, this vehicle has quickly become a favorite. Our reviewer mentions that it moves surprisingly fast on their long paved driveway, making trips to the mailbox something to look forward to. They even find themselves making up excuses for errands just to have a reason to go for a ride. The utility of this scooter has been a pleasant surprise. This client notes that the machine has no trouble handling their weight and is powerful enough to pull a small, improvised trailer made from a hand truck. What's truly impressive is its ability to pull this load not just on pavement, but also through grassy areas, which has proven incredibly helpful for doing work around the property like mending fences. This versatility has made it an indispensable tool for property maintenance. However, the experience wasn't without some minor frustrations, primarily stemming from a lack of clear instructions in the manual. For instance, the 4-bar battery indicator wasn't explained, and the function of the final key turn, which activates the headlight, was left a mystery. In fact, our reviewer, being new to this type of vehicle, couldn't even figure out how to make it go until a family member pointed out the twist throttle on the handlebar, a critical detail that was curiously absent from the instructions. Despite these small hurdles with the manual, this client emphasizes that the issues are minor and that they absolutely love their new scooter, considering it a fantastic purchase.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer has been using this electric scooter since early summer and reports that it's been serving its purpose remarkably well. In fact, our reviewer even had an incident where they were hit while crossing a crosswalk with it. Despite getting a bit scratched up and falling over, this vehicle bounced back and continued working perfectly, which is quite impressive. One minor point our reviewer noted is that the kickstand isn't particularly sturdy. They often find themselves needing to adjust it multiple times to ensure the scooter doesn't tip over, speculating it might be due to a bag and phone holder attached to the front. Another area that could be improved is the folding mechanism for the handlebar. Our reviewer mentioned it requires a good deal of strength to fold down, and even their partner struggles with it. On the positive side, this electric scooter comes with 2 keys, which is a nice touch, and the seat is surprisingly comfortable, a feature our reviewer finds quite rare for this type of personal transport. The primary reason for this purchase was the need for an efficient way to get to work and navigate the city, especially since our reviewer doesn't drive and finds the local bus service unreliable. Navigating city streets and sidewalks can be a challenge, as they're not always the smoothest. While the manual suggests this electric scooter isn't ideal for bumps, our reviewer confirms it consistently pushes through, getting them where they need to go. They do acknowledge that without hydraulics, riding on uneven surfaces can be uncomfortable and might slow you down a bit. Despite these minor quirks, this client believes it's a great electric scooter and hasn't encountered any significant issues. As the weather gets colder, they look forward to continued reliable performance. Our reviewer genuinely loves this ride and enthusiastically recommends it, even though they are passing it along to their partner as they upgrade to a moped.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. Catch you in the next one.